So NFL Sunday live from the United Kingdom, and the 6 o'clock games, 6 o'clock for us, have already started, and some really interesting results going there. I'm just gonna pull the results so you can just see what's going on there. It's looking pretty interesting. Just zoom that in a little bit. Obviously, the Ravens took care of business against Titans live here in London, and that's a good win for the Ravens. 49ers, some really significant news happening in the sub 49ers. Debo Samuel's out. Christian McCaffrey is questionable to return. We're right now in the fourth quarter, just the start of the fourth quarter in that game. So the Browns defense have shown up, and there was a lovely catch by Amari Cooper. Yeah, I think it was a third down conversion from PJ, the Browns quarterback who's standing in for Deshaun Watson. Dot, I don't know how Amari Cooper caught that ball because he just went up in the air. It came down, 1 foot down, 2nd foot down. It was a catch right at the boundary at the edge. I missed Amari Cooper. What would the Dallas Cowboys be doing if they had Amari Cooper? Listen, I understand the business side of the NFL. Amari Cooper was earning 20 million, a year, and I mean, CD was up and coming, but there's just some things that, Amari Cooper, just did. He helped this team a lot. He made the difference to Dak Prescott's career. I don't know what anybody, says, and I don't care what anybody says, but he made Prescott's career, really awesome. And I just think that if you have you start to build chemistry, with a particular wide receiver, and you go down, all the teams, someone there's always chemistry, right? The good receiver combo. You look at Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey. They just telepathic. They just understand each other, and he helps Patrick a lot. He really does. And it feels like the Jones family, seemingly always want Dak Prescott to go through obstacles. I don't know what it is. Every time he's just building chemistry with someone, who the person is off. Build chemistry with Amari Cooper. Wouldn't pay him. So they cut him loose. And I understand all the different politics and all of that, but Amari Cooper was a productive player. I hear people say, "Oh, he goes missing," in a couple of games, and yes, that happens. But listen, it's the NFL. You know, the other team, have players too. They get paid too. So and then you know what? Dalton Schultz, emerges as Dak Prescott's security blanket, and what happens? He's out of there. Maybe there is a sign of things to come. If you're a wide receiver and you start to, get a connection with Dak Prescott, maybe your number is getting called. So 49ers and the Browns, boy, would I love to see the Browns, do the business there. And I think it's really gonna tell how the 49ers play for the rest of the season if really they are without Debo and Christian McCaffrey. Bengals, Seahawks, that's a back and forth game. Really, it's fourth quarter in that game there and 7 minutes to go. And there's nothing really to those games now. I'm just looking at the screen right now, flashing um, in that game. Seahawks just got a sack, on Joe Burrow. Yeah, good play there. That's a very long third down conversion coming up for Joe Burrow. Um, okay. So let's look at the Saints Texans. Saints defense are playing good. They're playing good. I know the score is showing in 2013, but they have stopped a few drives from the Texans. But the Texans are just motoring on. So that game, yeah, I would expect the Texans to hold out. But it's just touchdown game. It's touchdown game, so anything can happen there. Um, 24-16, the Commanders. Is that a fourth quarter comeback by the Falcons? Because the Commanders were effectively, owning this game. They were in pole position, going into the fourth quarter with a really, really strong lead. But Falcons seems to be coming back in that game, so that's interesting. And look at the Vikings. Will they be able to get a win this Sunday against the Sorry Bears? Um, that division, it's really is just all over the place. So I think it's still anybody's division right now. I know the Bears are really trying hard to stay out of the winning that division, but they're still in there. They're still in there. You got Colts, Jaguars. Poof, it's a blowout there. Just need to reverse the score. 1-3-3-1. That's what's going on. Jaguars and the Colts. But the Colts have put them some points recently because that was a real blowout in the second and third quarter. Yeah. This is how, I mean, when you want to establish dominance, this is what you do. You spot a team a 14-point lead, which is what the Panthers had. And, Panthers must be thinking, ooh, what's going on here? We may have caught lightning in the bottle. Dolphins are like, wait, hold up, hold up, hold up. Where's my beer? Dolphins right back at it. And that has been 35 unanswered points. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I expect the Dolphins to go ahead and win that game. And then you got a couple of late night games there. I'll be keeping an eye on the Eagles Jets. I expect that to be a win for the Eagles. I just cannot see the Jets doing anything there. So Eagles might be the only undefeated team, right now going into week 7 if the 49ers don't win the game against the Browns. You got the Rams, Cardinals, Lions, Buccaneers, and Patriots, Raiders. And then, of course, my Dallas Cowboys are playing, on the Monday. Well, it is Monday night. Well, kind of Tuesday in the morning for us in the United Kingdom. So it's kind of like Monday night for you guys, but late, for us in the UK. And then you've also got the New York Giants and the Bills, that are going there. So that's all around the NFL. Right now, I am watching the Seattle Seahawks game and the Cincinnati game. Seattle are just in the red zone, and poof, just as I said that, Geno Smith just had a sack. So that's second and goal, and he just had a sack with 3 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter. So I mean, Seattle could be looking to really steal that game from the Bengals. If they score this, if they play their cards well, I know it's second on goal. I know there's still time for the Bengals to go and do it. But Geno Speed really need to stay away from a sack, at that time. That's third and goal. And yeah, need to play smart there, the red zone. You at least, want to come up with points there, make it a 1 point game at the very least. 13-17, and then just play your defense. Hope that they don't give up too much to the Bengals. But that's gonna be a game. On my screen up here, it's the Saints and the Texans. Showing up on my screen over there. While down here, I've got the Seattle Seahawks Bengals game. So just a good run by Kamara right there. Ooh, Derek Carr! Whoa! Derek Carr threw a dart. Not quite sure who the wide receiver is, but if you get a chance to take a look at this, do that because that was incredible, incredible. So slowly approaching the end of the fourth quarter. How are you guys finding it? Anyone who lives in the United Kingdom, and trying to watch the NFL, how do you guys watch the game? What do you do? Do you pan to a particular game? Is there a particular game you focus on, or do you do red zone? Let me know in the comments. What you guys in your game. The Colts and the Jaguars. That's a really interesting matchup because the Jaguars have owned the Colts, owned the Colts. Talk about Aaron Rodgers owning the Bears. The Jaguars have owned the Colts. If they win this game, I believe that will be 9 straight games that the Jaguars have beaten the Colts. And when it comes to domination, you can't get any more than that. It's a division game, so they are both in the same division. Pretty much play each other every single year, at least twice. You pretty much know each other very well, so it's always very curious. And maybe someone who knows a lot more about the NFL, who knows a lot more about these things, can help me understand that. Because as a fan, I would have thought the opposite was the case. And if you play a team, year after year, every single time, twice, I would have thought that it should be swinging one way or the other, right? You can't have one team completely dominating. At the very least, right? You want to, play well against your division rivals, right? And you build your team specifically because of your division rivals. I mean, the other teams that you play outside of your division, you never know, what year you're gonna have what team, right? So all you need to do is make sure that within your division you completely own that. And maybe that's the one thing that the Cowboys have always got right. They always, dominate their division, and usually that's what actually gets them to the playoff. They'll probably sweep, two teams. I believe you need to sweep at least two teams, in your division, because that's 4 games there. That's 4 games. And then if you split, between, two other, you know, between another team in your division, so that's 5 games. So that's at least 5-0. And then all you need to do is just get 5 wins. Get 5 wins from somewhere, from outside of the division. Just get 5 wins, and that's your 10 wins there. And more than not, you'll probably, be heading into the playoffs, because you'll probably be winning your division, right? And if you sweep two teams in your division and you split, the other one, home and away, I can't see how you wouldn't win your division. So that should always count for something. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a fan, that came into the NFL lately. So I mean, some of you guys, wondering, how do us in the United Kingdom, how do we get to love the NFL? What made us start watching the NFL? Especially considering the fact that we don't play American football really in schools. There's nothing there, that really keeps us connected to the American football. I think for me, I may have told this story before. My journey into the NFL, wasn't until probably 2009. Up until then, I it was a game that I kind of used to look at, and it just flashed past me. Didn't really understand what it was all about, and I will quickly change the channel, because it was just like, okay. And I think the first thing that really caught my buzz, with the NFL and American football, was the Super Bowl. You know, most casual people, would have at least have heard about the Super Bowl. And if they don't know anything about the NFL, they do know that the Super Bowl is, uh, San Francisco have just scored a touchdown. Well, scored a touchdown, this late in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I think they're probably gonna win this one and go 6-0. That's a really well coached team. You have adversity, and you still, you know, oh, it was an interception. Yeah, immediate red zone, you know, field position. It was an interception. I was wondering, how did that happen? Yeah, PJ Walker threw an interception. Well, that's that game there. So yeah, I was saying that most casual fans, would have heard about the Super Bowl. In fact, for me, growing up, I knew what the Super Bowl was. Um, I kind of knew it was a big event, but I really didn't understand, what it was in the context of sports. I just know that it's a big event, and then you got big music stars, that perform at halftime, right? So, and then the other big thing for me was WrestleMania. So I grew up, watching wrestling. I grew up, watching Andrew the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker. Well, not so much Undertaker at the time. Undertaker was just coming in, but the Ultimate Warrior, the Iron Sheik, you know, Argentina, what was it again? The Kerry Von Erichs. You also had Tito Santana. This is some legendary wrestling guys back there. The Samoans, Samoans, yeah. Jimmy, I do remember him. Um, and then you also had, oh God, there was some really really, and at that time I used to think it was very real, right? And I think wrestling was real, and I hope I haven't spoiled it for anyone, but I just think wrestling was real, and I used to find some wrestlers just ridiculous, like the Bushwhackers, right? Now, anybody remember the Bushwhackers? They used to like do that, march into the ring, march into the ring like that. And was it King Kong Bundy, bald headed guy, as well? Yeah, it's I my dad used to back then VHS tapes. My dad used to buy wrestling. He would come back and slot them in, and that was it. That was how the things that I growing up with my dad was wrestling. And I still watch wrestling up till today. Maybe not as I used to. So I don't watch every single recording. Um, and I don't watch every single pay-per-view as I used to do, but I'm still a fan of wrestling. I still watch it. So wrestling was a big thing, and so the Super Bowl was the next, right? It was another big thing that happened in the US. And so I started off trying to watch the Super Bowl. Obviously, oh, pick. The Panthers have just picked off the Miami Dolphins. That is listen, that's not a game that I thought would go in that way. Definitely didn't expect the Panthers to be putting up a fight. But that might be that's another pick. There's picks all over the place. The Vikings just picked up Justin Fields. I don't even know if it's Justin Fields actually, because I think he may have been injured. So the Bears just got picked up right now, so I think the Vikings are gonna win that. It's 151 in the fourth quarter. They just need to run the clock, take a couple of knees, and then I'll be over. Right? Vikings will get their win. Tim's my friend. Yeah. You probably have a good night there. Yeah. So I started off with the Super Bowl, trying to understand, make sense of it. And then I just started, studying the game. I just started, learning a little bit more about the game, what's the game all about, picking up, things here and there. I need to refresh that because it's clearly not showing the most up to date results there. Yeah. So I think yeah. Okay. So that's looking up to date. I can see the 49ers, gone 4 points ahead there against the Browns. Still time. Browns could still, score another touchdown, walk down. I think that Seahawks Bengals game is probably done, right? I think the Bengals are going to hold off Seahawks and get a win there. And Texans against the Saints, they might, yeah, it's not looking good. They've got 3 more minutes in that game. Yeah, so just switched over to the 49ers game. It's about 9 minutes 30, on that game. First and 10, I believe, for the Niners. So let's see. I think, yeah, Bengals are going to hold off for a win there. Don't see any comeback from Seahawks. Seahawks played well. Seahawks played well, but I think that's the Bengals game. Commanders might also be getting a win there. 2 minutes left, well, a minute left in that game, and it's still 24-16. Yeah, I think, even if they score a touchdown there, what would that give them? That would give them 6-23. So, yeah, I can't see the Falcons winning that one. Vikings, that's still close. It's one possession game there. But yeah, I think the Vikings should hold on for a win. Should hold on for a win there. Yeah, let's just flash the. I learned from a lot of the guys who, watching and doing the broadcast. Um, so third and 11 couldn't get it. 49ers might play this game. I mean, if I'm the Browns, pick up points, you count on your defense again, and you don't want to be making any mistakes. They're going for it. That's interesting. In 17-13, there's still a lot of time, and they're going for it. I don't know. Don't know. Would I go for it? It's 4-4, unless you're trying to. They got it. Don't listen to me. They got it. 4-4, and they went for it and got it. I guess they're really playing the clock as well. It can go either way, right? And if you match all down the field and you only get a field goal, then you don't have any time to go out and get another stop and then try and get another field goal to help you win. So they must be really counting on themselves in to try and get a touchdown. So yeah, that's very, very, very interesting. But they're making a good fist of it. It's 6 minutes to go in that game. I think I might start watching that game full on right now. Other games are just slowly coming to an end. Yeah, Bengals have won that game. 17-13 final score. Um, Vikings Bears still 19 for the Vikings, 13 for the Bears. I'm just gonna quickly refresh that now and see um, what's going on there. Oh, it's getting serious. Amari Cooper. Dude is busy. Listen, I don't know about, you know, but from the simple that I know about just watching receivers, that dude, I think he's one of the best in terms of how he starts running his routes. You know, he does all kinds of things to get himself open, and it's it really hurts me. That we couldn't do anything with Amari Cooper because I think he's a really, really good receiver. Really good receiver. Just imagine what it would look like if we had Amari Cooper, in the Dallas Cowboys. But hey, you know, we have good players. We still don't use them. So let me not get on the Dolphins. They're just gone and just scored 40 something points against the Panthers. And talk about it really getting pissed off. It's like the Incredible Hulk, right? If any of you ever used to watch the Incredible Hulk back in I think in the 80s when they used to show the TV series, and they used to have this phrase where he used to say, you don't want to make me angry, because you won't like me when I'm angry. And when I watch that now, it just looked, it was like, yeah, back in the day, we didn't know any better, right? But he was just a big guy, muscle builder that's really just like with all the special effects now, that the Incredible Hulk actually looks like something out of this world. But it's good memories back then. But yeah, they got pissed off. And they were like, "Sorry, mate. I'm not taking this lightly." They have smackarood the Panthers. You know, they're gonna be a difficult team to beat. But I feel like the Dolphins have cowboy potentials. Bosa's just done something. You know, they talk about in players who affect the game. And Nick Bosa has been quiet all game, right? And chooses the fourth quarter, the most important drive by the Browns, for him to have his first sack. I mean, so listen, I think the Browns done the smart thing there. You get the points. This is what I always say, right? Get to the end zone, just come back with points. If you come back with points with every drive, you will win more games than you lose. And you might say, "Oh, it's out." Saints just made everyone is just congratulating Bosa because he may have just saved the game. you know, um, the Niners right there, because the Niners are gonna get the ball back. There's 3 minutes to go, but I think the Browns can get a stop. I think the Browns can get a stop. The trouble is, would they have enough time to go down and get some more points? If they have got a good kicker, who knows? But that kicker missed a field goal earlier on, so I don't know if you can trust him to win the game for you. But it's a 1 point game now, 7-16, between the Niners and the Browns in that game. Phew, what a game! Yeah, I mean that's crazy, absolutely crazy. Other games have come to an end. Vikings won, Commanders won, Bengals won, Jaguars and Dolphins. The game hasn't ended, but they've pretty much won. I mean, the Saints are trying really, really hard to tie that game with the Texans. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it. Don't know. It's got about 30 something seconds left in that game, and if the Texans are gonna win this game, it's gonna be what they did in the second quarter. It is why I love the NFL, right? Because you cannot afford to start slow, right? Because you think, right, okay, second quarter, you give up 10 points. You think, well, I can make that up. You've got two more quarters. But both scored 3 points each in the third quarter. I'm talking about the Saints and the Texans. They both scored 3 points in the second quarter. And fourth quarter, no one has scored anything. It's just been back and forth. And everyone's coming up empty. Um, so Brock Purdy has had his interception this season, so he's not completely without blemish. Although now at this point the win probability is 74%. Now, I think everyone believes that Brock Purdy doesn't make a lot of mistakes. So, um, but without Christian McCaffrey in this game as their closer, this is gonna have to be whoa. That's gonna be grounding, um, grounding, loss of down. It's gotta be grounding. So basically, he took off. He almost got sacked. There was no receiver where he threw the ball. That's gotta be grounding. Yep, grounding. So it's 4th and 11. Wow. Well, can the Browns close it? Can they close it? So 4th and 11, 49ers are flexing. 49ers are flexing. They're flexing. They're like, listen, I'm better than you guys. I'm better than you, so I'm just gonna do what I need to do. But so the Browns are gonna get the ball back, and there's about 3 minutes left in the game. That's enough to go ahead and get a field goal. And if you get a field goal in that game, so it's a 1 point. Um, yeah, yeah, because you don't. Yeah, I agree. Um, this game is getting very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Um, yeah, that's what you want to do. Let's see. He had a man open. Oh, he had a man open. He just threw the ball. When you get the ball back, all you need is that first down. You need the first down first of all, because that's just gonna give confidence. But now you're gonna allow Bosa to get busy. 2nd and 10. Oh my goodness! Come on. He was running. He should have just taken the yards. Now you're gonna be 3rd and 10 against this defense. Not a chance. When you know a really good football team, you do some things like now you're getting nervous, right? Put it to Amari Cooper. It's a flag, pass interference. Oh my word. Listen, if you're watching any game, you need to be watching this game against the San Francisco 49ers. It automatic 15 yards, first down. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is the doozy. That's why I love the NFL. So you might let me see if I can get you guys some audio. The guys are really trying to make excuses. Not a flag, pass interference. Oh my goodness. Holding. First down. So basically, ball goes to Mari Cooper, and it was incomplete, but Mari Cooper draw a foul. So right now they're already in field goal range with lots of time on the clock. 2:22 left in that game. The Browns might win this. What a game! You cannot take your eyes off this game. Oh, they've updated the win probability to 57%. Inside the 15. The Browns fans can feel it. The Browns fans can feel it. They know what's about to happen. They can feel it. Oh, I'm so excited just watching this right now. So they've gone down to the 15, and it's just a 2 minutes warning that it's gone. So they've got more than enough time to try and win this game. Now, now this is the thing, right? Can they hold their nerve, right? Because it's easy to match down the field sometimes because the defense are in prevent defense. Is what I have been told. Um, and when you're on prevent defense, you allow a lot of things in front of you to happen. But now you get into the red zone, is Nick Bosa gonna do the business? So, ooh, crazy, 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 crazy. Whoa! What is going on? Can the Browns do this? Can they hold their nerve? That is the question. Can they hold their nerve? The New England game and the Vegas game, Las Vegas Raiders have just started as well. So that game early quarter, so knockings of the first quarter, drop pass. Um, has to be nothing frustrating for both the quarterback and the receiver when there's a drop pass because you've got the ball in your hands and then it drops. Excuse me. All right, so back to that 49ers game. So first and 10, the 15. Yeah, I mean, can't blame them. They've gone very conservative now. Kareem Hunt. Wow. Can Amari Cooper win this game for them? Second and 8. So you know what? If the Browns lose this game, inexperience showing up there with the quarterback, you've got that you're not just playing to win, but it's about the time as well. Third and 8. Browns have messed this up. They've messed this up. I don't know what they were thinking, right? When Pete, look, you come out, right? You don't have to get the first down. You just need to get closer. Absolutely ruined it. Third and 8, obviously didn't get anywhere. So now they've got a field goal, and there's about a minute and so left in the clock because anything can happen. Okay, Brock Purdy, MVP of the league. Now you've got to match your team all the way down and score a field goal. Can they get into field goal range? Because the field goal is what's going to win this game. I don't believe that they can get a touchdown, but can they get enough for a field goal? And something tells me that they can. Yep, Brock Purdy, you do this. I think everyone is going to go mental this week. Here we go. 1 minute 40 on the clock. Brock Purdy will be starting off with the 20-yard marker. 5-0 on the line. 25-yard marker. First down, incomplete. So when you do, this is the thing, right? Everybody talks about quarterbacks being all kinds of amazing, but quarterbacks need good players around them. I don't care who you are. You need good players around you. With Debo out, Christian McCaffrey out, he's struggling. Third down, third and 10, still at the 25. Watch Kittle. Oh, come on. You don't do that, Martin Emerson's. You don't do that. Just giving them a first down when you could have got them off the field. Don't move. What is going on? What are you doing, Browns? If you lose this game, I will be so upset because you literally had it. This is like snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. 49ers are going to win this. Browns are going to lose this. Where's Marks Garrett? Browns. Silly. They had an opportunity to win this game. They blew it. Absolutely blew it. San Francisco is going to go 6-0. I hope you're sick of yourself, Browns. I hope you are. Because you had this game won. Basically lost it. And who that defender that drew that penalty? Good. No good. 49ers are losing. Listen, right? Brown stole one. If you want to still talk about stealing a game, they stole one. That's all I can say. They stole one. Whoa. What a game.